The point of an MMO is to be able to play with your friends, right? But what happens if you're on a main and the friend you want to play with is an Ironman? The bosses you can fight with a loot share are very limited. Sure, you could do some raiding together, but what if you're still where majority of the players in the game are, in the mid-game? If you wanted to boss with your friend and both roll loot, the options are seriously limited. Enter Old School RuneScape's first duo boss, the Royal Titans. The Royal Titans are here. Grab a friend and go toe-to-toe with these gigantic foes, or else the elemental influence could engulf all of Gielinor. Alternatively, if you've got a bit of a hero streak, leave the friend at home and go it alone. But know that Branda and Eldrick are not going to go easy on you. Finally, we're introduced to a bossing option in which both mains and irons can come together in perfect harmony in the hunt for new prayer upgrades, a sweet new pet, and a fun new niche weapon. So come along with me, we're going to test out the new duo boss, give you an idea of what to expect, and we'll see if we can build that new twin flame staff. Let's go. Okay, here's my first attempt, and this is why, killing things on day one is so fun. Nobody has any sweet clue as to the efficient way to kill these things, and from what I was hearing from the folks outside the door, the best gear setup was to bring your best range and melee switch. So I'm all kitted out in my Bofa and Bando's Fang setups, but as you can see, I'm getting eaten up. I have no idea what to do with the minions that are smacking me super hard. No idea what the cycle is, so yeah, it's definitely just a whole lot of trial and error when you're first coming in here on day one, but yeah, that was enough for me to get on out of there and readapt, ask some questions, and come back stronger. So first attempt, not so hot. And of course, I'm soloing a duo boss, which doesn't help, but I'll get a friend in here later once I get the mechanics down a little bit further. My clanmates luckily have been grinding all morning and they've let me know a few things. So for one, the entire fight you should camp protect from melee. That's going to negate most of the damage coming from the minions and the Titans' attacks. In terms of the minions themselves, they can be dealt with using the corresponding elemental weakness, but to be honest, I can't be bothered to bring a third mage switch into a mid-game boss, so I'm generally just tanking them. Protect from melee will block their attacks, but eventually they will explode for a little bit of splash damage, which is unfortunate, but we can just soak that up. Oh, this is the worst. So, one of the drawbacks to not bringing elemental spells is that the safe spot can get stuck behind these ice walls, and I 100% could have eaten my way out of this, but again, at this point, I hardly know what I'm doing here. So what they say is third time's the charm, so let's speed through this phase, see if we can finally pull off a solo kill here. Boom. There it is, our first kill, and what do we get for loot? Don't know what the loot table looks like at all yet, but mid-game, yeah, probably just resources, so we get some Ironman stuff, that's great. Cool. So this is what the inventory I'm bringing looks like. We've got the Bofa and the Fang swaps, of course, a divine melee and range, some food, and I initially wasn't bringing a spec weapon. Later you'll see me start to go to work with the Crystal Halley. That thing slaps pretty effectively here. But for now, let's go through some solo kills while I wait for my Iron Man buddy to get off work. We can then test out these guys' breadth as a true duo boss. I think it's scaled for 2 people regardless of if you're soloing or not, so should be a big help to have him around. The other cool mechanic about these bosses is that you can choose to loot either of them after the fight. The ice boss drops the new range prayer scroll and the ice part of the staff, whereas the fire boss drops the new magic prayer scroll and of course the fire part of the staff. Both staff pieces can then be used on a regular battle staff to create the new twin flame staff that hopefully we'll see this video. One unique that I hope we will see fairly early on here is the Giant Soul Amulet. At the moment, we're using the Fairy Ring over at Mudskipper Point to get here, but the amulet is going to bring you right to the cave entrance, and then on top of that, it's also going to bring you right to the entrance of the other 2 giant bosses, Bryophyta and Obor, so overall, it's just a pretty cool teleport. Not going to show you every kill, but might as well show you what we get here on kill number 3. We're going to loot that Ice King and rune arrows, water runes. Yeah, a lot of just mid stuff, to be honest, if you're not hitting those uniques. I will say, though, for any of you guys trying the boss, this definitely is not a very forgiving boss if you are distracted, so just be careful fighting it. It's feeling a little bit better. I'm getting the hang of it now. Let's see what our prize will be for kill number 6. Oh, yeah, double rune arrows. That's what everybody wants. So I'm thinking about how we're going to do this video. I think that we'll probably rock with these solos until my buddy's off work. Then we can do some duo as the boss is intended. And then maybe we can try to grind out maybe 100 kills or so for the video, I think. 10 kills in. Where's that teleport necklace at, man? Well, this is kind of dumb. I didn't realize there was this big tunnel here that, you don't have to run through the entire dungeon to get to the other side. So, yeah, that'll make things a little bit faster anyway. At the moment, I'm just doing 1 kill trips, which makes me feel like a little bit of a noob. But if you want to watch a PVM god take this on, go watch No Monkey. I am confidently average at this game. I'm just a big old grit grinder who's willing to put in a little bit more time than the average person. One thing about this grind on day 1 is that we're not going to be able to track our loot very effectively. RuneLite's loot tracker doesn't yet recognize the boss as a monster because it came out today, so it's not tracking the loot. I do think we're at least probably making a tiny bit of profit, nothing to scoff at, but we also haven't hit any uniques yet. The prayer scrolls you'll find here are untradeable, so the big item here profit-wise is going to be getting both of those staff pieces that make up the new staff. We've just continued soloing it for now. This is going to be poll number 20. Still no sign of any of the uniques. Seems like everybody in the clan's getting this teleport necklace really early on, so surely I'll see that soon and we can speed up these kills slightly. Soloing this boss right now is taking me about 2.5 to 4 minutes-ish to kill, so when you get to the very end of a cycle and do something stupid like this, doesn't it ever make you feel like a right big dickhead? Just when it was starting to seem like the goal of this video was, just to get 1 unique, we did finally pull something in the desecrated pages. Now, these are the most common drop here, so no big reason to celebrate or anything, but these kind of are a nice addition to the game in the sense that you can take these pages to 3 different plinths in different areas of the game to craft your own burnt, soaked, or soiled pages. So, especially for Ironman, gathering pages just got a lot easier with this boss. Okay, now I almost missed it because my dumbass wasn't filming, but here is a big pull. This is the Ice Element Staff Crown, which is one of the 2 pieces that go into creating the new staff. So we're going to start looting from the fire boss, see if we can put this thing together on day 1. Well, that was certainly a welcome sight. Perhaps we can get another welcome sight for kill number 25, a quarter of our way to our day 1 goal of 100 KC. Like I mentioned, I'll now start looting the fire one, see what we get here. Okay, just runes this time around. Here's to 75 more kills. As you guys know, missing clips is, kind of my MO. We did finally get that Giant's Amulet last kill at 29. I'm interested in the rates to come out because I think we did go quite a bit dry on it perhaps, judging by everybody else in the clan getting it, but we charged it up with some big bones and the trips are now a lot slicker. The price of big bones, however, is absolutely through the roof. The update brought them as high as 3.6k at one point. So somewhere out there was a very happy free-to-play player sitting on a stack of those who probably bought some bonds this week. You gotta know we're continuing to do some damage here. For kill number 34, we're gonna end up with a second Giant Soul Amulet. Would have liked to see that a little bit earlier on, but yeah, the big issue is that right now you can't break them down into anything. Here I am, finishing up the 40th kill. I know some of you are probably like, why the hell aren't you doing duos for this? This is literally a duo boss, and I totally get where you're coming from. And the good news is I just got word that my buddy should be hopping on soon to pair up and kick some ass, so duos very soon here. But first, fuck. Okay, this death sucked. You'll get into these situations where you can tough it out or you can go to the safe spot. For the sake of God, just listen to me. Go to the safe spot. Don't do this. Time for some good news. My buddy's off work and just pulling up to the cave here so we can finally start grinding these kills as Jagex intended in duos. So this should speed things up significantly here. Hopefully we get to see some uniques between the 2 of us. One thing that I really love about this boss is the fact that we can fight it together. The guy I'm with, Slayer HBU, is an Ironman, and I gotta say, we love doing content together, but the amount of things you can actually do and still both get a benefit in this game is just terribly low. And I understand why. Of course, you don't want to get into a situation where you can just boost your Ironman with a main through any challenges in the game that you have, but something like this with individual loot rolls at the end, it's the best of both worlds, and I'd love to see more bosses like this come into the game. Here's kill number 51, our first as a duo, and so long as he's around, we're likely probably going to do 50 solos, 50 duos, but nothing too exciting on the first pull, but just again, like so cool to be able to do this boss together and then individually pull rewards. It's really rewarding. It probably goes without saying, but not only are the kills faster, but I think if we gear up right and maybe we just need to tweak the inventory a little bit, we should be able to get, I think, 3 or 4 kill trips, and that's really nice because we've been spending a lot of different time restocking at the moment. I feel a bit silly for hoping for that amulet so hard right off the bat, because here is a third one coming in. My buddy got his at like 2 KC, so you know, scam game. All in all, things are going really well with the kills. I did swap out the Fang for a Bludgeon. It doesn't seem to be that much better at all, but somebody suggested it to me and it's what I'm using for now. But on top of that, I'm also going to pick up a Light Bearer because I think having some extra spec regen for the Crystal Halley will really speed up these kills. Now you're going to see my buddy pop in and out of these clips. We're just kind of running as much as we can together, but right now I have some food that's about to show up. I ordered a deadly, delicious Arteries Fear Me level chicken poutine, and I'm gonna one-tick that shit to the face when it gets here, so I'll smash this poutine in my face, and hopefully after we can smash out some more of those uniques. Oh man, but why wait until after when we could just pull one out right now? This is one of the new prayer scrolls. The prayers won't be hyper useful to me as they're a bit of a step down from the current top level prayers. But for Ironman, especially those going through like CG and the grind for Bofa, or getting to the God Wars dungeon or something like that, I think these upgrades are going to make life a lot easier for a lot of people. So it's the magic one we ended up getting. Let's go ahead and read that prayer scroll, get us this new prayer. Okay, we've now learned Mystic Vigor, and it looks like it just takes the spot of the weaker one. Wow, does that ever look weird? We're back with my buddy now, because, you know, I got that good RNG right now, and he's not trying to miss out. But here is kill number 60. Nothing of note, I would say, for this one, but I have to say, I'm having so much fun. The loot is pretty lackluster. The boss is so fun mechanically. If Scurrius was the intro boss for prayer flicking, the Royal Titans do an amazing job at introducing gear switches. Anyone in the mid-game who's gearing up for higher tier PVM, go do Scurrius, then come here and do these. You will learn the basics of everything you need to know. We're on a bit of a dry streak headed into kill number 70. Neither of us have seen a unique in, you know, quite a while, but the funny thing is we each actually have the exact same logs right now. We both have the Amulet, Ice Staff piece, and Mystic Vigor prayer scrolls. So let's see in these last 30 if we can break ahead a little bit. Good God, we do not deserve the OSRS wiki team. Like I mentioned, it's day one. Nobody quite knows what they're doing, but these folks have already started adding to the Royal Titans strategy page. The best melee setup I actually have access to is the full Blood Moon with the dual, blah, 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 you know, the maracas, whatever they're called. So we're going to give that a shot and then head back. Okay, these are actually really cool. These things are like Torag's hammers on steroids, man. Bonk, 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 bonk. It's like constant hit splats. Yeah, but you still gotta watch where you're going and whoops. Folks, just quickly, if you are enjoying the video, be sure to like it and subscribe below. We're all about that grindy OSRS content over here. Also, let me know in the comments below if you would like to see more of these OSRS bosses that you could fight alongside your Ironman friends. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. That's going to be kill number 78, so now we'll just continue through this last quarter up to 100, and hopefully we can get some more uniques this go. I've been showing you guys a lot of loot pulls, but here's what a full duo kill looks like all sped up. There you have it. If you have a good partner, you're going to have a great time here. Let's see what we get for kill number 80. Just runes, but that means we have 20 more kills to hopefully see the other half of that staff and make this a successful video. Yeah, not gonna lie guys, we were both getting pretty sleepy, so we headed off to bed. It is a brand new day, but we're still going to get up to that 100k threshold. Gonna go solo for a bit and hopefully finish off later with my buddy today, see if we get anything. No. One of the best parts about this boss is just the fact that I'm still having fun. So here's kill number 90. To be honest, it kind of seems like Jagex turned my RNG off, which is incredibly rude. It's been like 40 kills since our last unique, but 10 more to go. Maybe we'll finish that staff. Who knows? Good news, good news. I got my buddy back here for the home stretch. Just 5 kills left to go before we hit that 100 mark, and I'm just hoping we see anything in the last little bit here. These last 40, 50 kills have been super dry after doing pretty good off the start, so let's see how it goes. 97, 98, 99, and next in sequence is, of course, going to be kill number 100. Sure, we didn't quite achieve our goal of completing the staff, unfortunately, but we did have a lot of fun in the meantime, so let's get out of here and recap the grind, everybody. Well, there is 100 kills in the books. So what's my final verdict for Royal Titans, you ask? Well, I've got to give it an A. The fight itself is mechanically interesting and provides a great opportunity for PvMers to learn movement and gear switching mechanics. The fact that you can duo the boss with your Ironman friends is a huge plus, because as noted, there's not a lot of encounters in the game where you can run through with an Ironman. The loot is fun, nichey, mid-game loot. I've heard some folks say the boss is garbage because the loot sucks, and, you know, that's an easy trap to fall into when you're coming to a mid-game boss with the Scythe and Blood Torva, but it is what it is, right? The boss offers a little bit of something for everybody, and I'll be sure to be back to try to get that staff and get that pet at some point. But folks, that is the Royal Titans, so thank you for watching the video. Next up is going to be the next episode of Chunk Quest, Descent into Darkness, so if you haven't been up on the series, make sure to take a look through the link on your screen, get all caught up before the next episode.